Yeah. मीरा महोदय अपि आगतवती. उत्तमम्. मीरा महोदय अपि आगच्छति. अच्छा, अस्तु. Okay. You can start, Pooja.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste everyone. A warm welcome to the inaugural session of the workshop Sanatana Dharma through Bhagavad-Gita. This workshop is organized by Asha Seva Kendram Coimbatore and Pranava Yogashala Bangalore. These classes are designed to give our children and also the participants a practical experience of our rich culture, help them understand duties, inculcate values and best practices to the teachings of Bhagavad-Gita. Once again, a hearty welcome to all the lovely children who are there and also the parents who are supporting them to attend this workshop. I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Jayakumar Srinivasan Ammanagudi. Sir, welcome to the inaugural session. We are very pleased to have you on this session. Thank you for being there with us. A warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Karthik. I think you should spotlight Pooja, madam.
Yes, I have already spotlight. She is on spotlight actually.
Oh, I don't see it here.
Okay, one minute. Let me just. I'm assuming now she should be visible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So our program instructor throughout the sessions, throughout the learning process of this workshop will be our beloved N. Karthik Ji. Namaste. N. Karthik Ji serves as an advisor to the IIM Real Estate Research Initiative, and also he is a data scientist, a very good colleague of mine. He was one of the 30 young leaders under 40 to represent India on a governance expedition to Israel in 2018. His core interests are public policy, infrastructure, and data-driven solutions to governance. He consults to various companies and government agencies on data and policy matters. He is an alumnus of RV Institute of Engineering and also Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. He is a very good practitioner of Vedanta and Indian knowledge systems. He teaches Sanskritam and believes in addressing current day challenges through ancient Indian wisdom. When we were thinking about, it's like, whom do I ask to lead this workshop? I could not think none other than Mr. Karthik. He is the right person to lead us this workshop. Thank you so much, Karthik Ji, for agreeing to teach our students, to teach all the participants, whoever enrolled for this program, through your knowledge, through your learnings, what you have gained all these years. Thank you so much. And myself, I'm Pooja. I'm also an alumnus of IIM Bangalore, currently working there as a manager for one of the programs. I also head the Pranava Yogashala at Bangalore. A lover, a practitioner of Indian Vedic systems as well, through my own ways, through yoga and its learnings. Thank you so much. I hand over now to Mr. to lead the inaugural session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pooja Ji. And I think I'll just make myself, I'll spotlight myself for now. So, I'm assuming I'm visible. Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me, and this is a huge responsibility. And we'll all go through, go get into it together, and we'll all sail through. We'll all learn a lot of things. So with that, I will start this with a small Vedic invocation as per our parampara. Yeah. Om Ganana Tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspata Anushrunvan Notibisi Dasadanam Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Bervajini Vati Dhinama Vityavato Shri Vagdevyai Namaha Om Sam Samityavase Vrishannagne Vishwanyarya Ilaspade Samityase Sanova Sunya Bhara Sangachadvam Samvadadvam Samvomanam Sijanata Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate Samano Mantra Samitis Samani Samanam Manah Saha Chittamesham Samanam Mantra Mantra Yeva Samane Navo Havisha Juhomi Samani Va Apu Ani Hridayani Vaham Samanamastu Yuvo Mano Yatha Vatsu Sahasate Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sarvebhya Suswagatam. A warm welcome to one and all, including Acharya Sri Jayakumar Ji. I'll talk a little bit about Acharya Jayakumar Ji in about 10 minutes time. I just want to set the context for this. I just want to set a little bit background to this rather than the context, because Acharya Ji is going to set the context. So what I will do is, I want everyone to contemplate a little bit before we begin anything. Okay? What is it that we are doing? How are things and how are we relating these things to our day-to-day lives? Okay, so let me start with a very small, let me show you something first. Let me share my screen. Okay, all of us recognize this. You can all just raise your hands with the raise hand this one. Okay. Jayakumar Ji says he recognizes, he knows this. Sahana says she knows this. A lot of people are saying here they know what this is. Okay. One of you just type out what this is. Okay. Whoever said, somebody just said, I recognize this. I want to bring in someone who just said that. Who was that? Okay. Summon me. Can you tell what this is?
It is a solar system.
It is the solar system. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, this is a solar system. I was also taught this exactly in 4th standard or 5th standard, somewhere around that time. You know, and I was also told a story along with this. The story that I was told was, there was somebody by name Galileo, and he was the one who said, you know, it is not the sun that goes around the earth, but the earth that goes around the sun, and some crude form, and he was he was jailed for it, and the whole church did not believe him and all such things. Okay. So that was a story that I was told. So immediately, and then I was showed this one, and this is what I see even today in a lot of museums as well as planetaria if we visit. How many of you have been to science museums? A lot of you have seen this, and this is how it is depicted. Okay. When I came to about 5th, 6th standard, I asked another question. I asked it by myself then. If you're saying this is the planetary system, and you said that somebody by name Galileo was foolish enough to, was actually very intelligent, others were foolish enough not to recognize that the earth goes around the sun, and the earth was static, they believed that the earth was static, and everything went around it. Now you're showing me some form of this picture saying, you know, where the sun is static. Do you mean to say, is the sun static, in which case? How many of you thought about it? Is the sun static? Anyone wants to answer that?
Static means stationary.
Stationary. Is the sun stationary?
Moving.
Thank you, Modaya. Okay, who has raised the hands? Somebody raised. Okay, Nimisha. Okay, okay. Now everybody lowered their hands the moment I asked the question. Okay, I have some chats. Let's see what they are. No, everybody is saying sun is not static. That means the way we are looking at this is not right. I asked about 50-60 people at that point in time, is the sun stationary and is it not moving? This is what is depicted. This is shown in science museums, by the way. It is not like I created or I did something and it is not my model, right? So a lot of people, out of those 50, only 2 people answered to something to my satisfaction. One was, of course, my father, who is a physicist, who said, and another teacher who was very keen on it. The teacher said, I don't know. I'm not very clear. Probably it is right. Probably it is not right. I don't know. And I was very convinced with that because she came with a very honest answer and she said, I will try to get back to you with it. My father, who was a physicist, said, look, yes, it is definitely not static. It's going around something. There is something very different. But unfortunately, we can't depict it in a big way. So we cannot do it very straight. So this is one of the crude ways. Just be aware, just have this model, but be aware that this is going to change. But the remaining 48 or 50 people whom I had asked started giving me all sorts of things like, okay, no, you are not supposed to ask this question. How dare you ask this question? All sorts of things came up. Okay, so let us see what is that. I'll show you a little better form of this now. I'm not saying even this is perfect. Do you see? This is a little better form. This is the sun, which is also moving. And around this are all these planets. If you look at this, this is Saturn with its ring around. But this is also not the perfect thing. In the previous slide, what we had assumed were 2 things. One, the sun is stationary. Another thing, everything is in the same plane, which means that if I have a long sheet of paper, very, very long sheet of paper, and I pass it through the center of the sun, it will pass through all the centers of all the planets, which is definitely not true. Correct? So, when with something that is thumped on the desk and told by everyone, look, this is the planetary system that you all have to remember for your lifetime. I'm sure a lot of people here will remember only that model of the planetary system even today. Right? But even that is not right. When that itself is like that, with so much of research and so much of work that has gone in, what should we think about other things? And another thing, if I question this, I was told you're not an astrophysicist, you're not yet, you're studying, so you better shut up. There are other people who have done research and told this is the best thing. Okay, so the thing is that we take this, we need to be an astrophysicist to comment on this. But when it comes to something like if I ask a question, if I go on the street and if I ask a question, are you studying Bhagavad-Gita? Are you doing something? Do you know what is Bhagavad-Gita? Do you know what is Manusmriti? I'll get 5,000 different opinions, and most of it will be in some form of rot. So first and foremost thing we should have is we should be reorienting our mind and have a very inquisitive mindset. That is the simple point I want to make with this. Okay, so that is the first thing, first prerequisite is a inquisitive mindset for getting into any study that we are going to do in the next so many days, till however long you all want to be with me and learn. Okay, first thing. Then what we had also done, and this is more so for Jayakumar Ji's initiative interest as well. The reason is he is going to speak a little later, and we have not had a set of introductions. Ideally, we would have wanted everyone to introduce themselves, tell why they want to learn Bhagavad-Gita, what they are doing, etc. But unfortunately, given the short duration of the session today of 1 hour and the time span we have, I did not want to spend too much time on it. So what I did was I just asked them in a Google sheet. They all typed out their answers and gave it. So this is the kind of perception that everyone sort of has about Bhagavad-Gita at this point in time. So if I were to just pick out few things that they are speaking about Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna, life, way, a book. This is commonly what is seen. Living, truth, culture, Mahabharata. Okay. And then Hinduism, war. And then I also have something more. How teachers happy, some sort of a guide. So these were some of the key things. I read through each and everyone's response, and this is probably the key things that they were talking about. So they're talking about, yes, it's about Krishna, then there's a way of life, it is some sort of something related to Hinduism, there was some sort of a war, it's our culture, happy, guide, etc., etc., etc. I also asked another question. That was basically, what do you want to learn out of this session? Why do you want to come here? So what I did, that was another thing that I asked. Again, I got something like, I want to learn Bhagavad-Gita. I want to understand. I want to know some scriptures. And I said, spirituality. What is this? I'm very curious, inquisitive. So with this orientation, with this kind of an idea, I will just take, this is what has come out, and this is what all of you have said. So this has made me assess and put this out. The structure for this course is based on what I have got to know from you people, you all of you. Okay. Then some common misconception, we'll discuss this in detail throughout the sessions. We have this very common thing where everybody puts out, everybody in this world is equal, and everybody is equal in some sense, and everybody should get everything equally. Now there's a different perspective to this. What if I say that everyone is unique? We are not necessarily equal, but we are all unique. Now, equality will mean a very narrowed down of approach. I am going to become an engineer. Some person behind me should become an engineer. My brother should become an engineer. Everybody in the line should become something, right? Whereas if I say I'm unique, I can say I have a different skill set. I have a set of very varied way of looking at life. I have a very varied way of doing things, and I will be unique, and I will prosper in that. Everybody will be accepted and accommodated in it. That is one aspect. The second thing, we will discuss this later. Family, the importance of family. I will not get into it now. Okay. Another thing, this is one of the biggest misconceptions that everyone has. We need to live an austere life. If we are going to practice Sanatana Dharma, there should be no material riches, and we should all give up. And looking at the attire of Jayakumar Ji, I'm assuming that a lot of people are thinking on those fronts. But I'll just introduce Jayakumar Ji a little later, and we'll all know what are the things that we should do. And this is the biggest misconception that everybody has in this. At least a lot of people whom I have interacted and who are not yet started their journey on the Indian systems. Okay, for various reasons that is there. And it never has been, and it will never be so. I can give you 100,000 examples on just this one point, but I don't want to get into it. But with this, I'll just stop. And one simple prerequisite for the course. What do I need you to all come with? I have said one thing is open mindset. Another one is Shraddha. We'll discuss a lot about Shraddha throughout this course because we'll do the Bhakti Yoga and everything. So Shraddha is one important thing. Shravana Manana Dididhyasana. What does that mean? All of us will listen. And when I say listen, listen is not hearing. It is not just hearing, nor is it hearsay. The planetary system that I first showed you can be talked about as hearing. If you had listened and if you had concentrated, you would have gone into a state of contemplation after that. Once we get into a state of contemplation, we start getting into imbibing that into our lifestyles. Right? That is something that I want. Another thing is, and this is the hallmark of all our teachings. Tejasvinau Adhitamastu. If you look at the IMB tagline, we say Tejasvinav Adhitamastu. That is of course Tejasvinau Adhitamastu. Now, of course, we'll talk a little Sanskrit in time, but for now, just remember it's being talked about two people who will become Tejasvins. Now, who are the two people? It is going in our system. We don't say the teacher knows everything, the student knows nothing, so I have to give you everything and spoon feed you. No, that's not how it works. The teacher also learns, the student also learns, and everyone learns in the end. So it's a collaborative effort in learning. Does it mean there is no competition? Definitely not. We all love competition in different ways, in our own ways. What it means is we compete first with ourselves. When we think we are the best, only then we go out and say, yes, I know this. I will compete. In which case, if I compete, I'm going to be the best in any which case. That is the hallmark of this. Okay, with this, what I will do, I'll stop here and let me take a couple of minutes to sort of introduce Jayakumar Ji. He is a very reputed person. I will also add him to spotlight here so that we all know who he is. So Jayakumar Ji, to begin with, he is also a chemical engineer like me. Did it in IIT Madras. Went to Purdue University to do operations research PhD. Then had an illustrious and a very celebrated career in the United States. Parallelly, he also was associated, is the direct Shishya of Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji of the Arsha Parampara. From there, he started his journey and today is one of the best Vedanta scholars we can have in this country. He then returned back to Coimbatore of course, to serve his parents, and then came back to India and they started the Asha Seva Kendram, which is doing humongous a lot of service for mankind as well as for society, and we'll hear a lot of it as we go along through this journey. Okay, so with this, Arya Suswagatam, I just want to bring you on to address everyone here and start this inaugural session.
Thank you, Karthik Mahodaya. Am I audible?
Yes, very much, Mahodaya.
Good. So, a good afternoon, good evening to all of you. How many of you are calling from India, joining from India?
So just to give a perspective, Mahodaya, we have registrations from USA to Australia.
Okay, how many of you, okay, good, I got that. How many of you are joining from USA? Okay, so nobody right now, I think. I don't see anybody here. Good. So what about Daivik, Shriyan, Neil, Pragyan, Sanaya, Arya? I don't see you at all. And so if I don't see you, I can't talk, I like to see people when I talk, right? Suppose you're talking to somebody. Suppose you're talking to somebody and then you're talking to somebody, right? And then they say something like this. They put the book in between like this. Will you feel like talking? Adikshit, will you feel like talking? No, correct? Yes or no? Yeah, no, Adikshit is saying no, correct. I also won't feel like talking. If somebody comes with a book like this, then I would say, what's your problem, man? That's what I would say. I'm looking at you. You should look at me also, right? Daivik, what do you think? Correct. Daivik also is saying we should see each other while talking. Correct. Thank you, Daivik. I appreciate that. And Shriyan, Neil, and Pragyan, they're still thinking about turning on their video. They will also appreciate that, I think. Okay, good. So first step is to see each other. Otherwise, this video thing, this Zoom thing is such a boring thing. For me, I think it's a very boring thing. Correct? How many of you think this is very boring? Nobody thinks it's boring. I think it is very boring. Yeah, see, Daivik, Viren, Vishrut, Athar, Dhriti, they all say it is very boring. Correct. They're very honest. I am very happy that you told me that. Because for me also it's boring. My eyes are all hurting all day long looking at the screen like this. On top of that black, no video, nothing, simply looking at a screen like this. I think it's boring, tiring, eyes are hurting. Therefore, to minimize that, minimum we should turn on the video, at least so we can see each other. You are seeing me. I should also have the benefit of seeing you, correct? We should be fair. Any game, we should be fair, correct? How many of you think we should play fair game? Yeah, Meera, Sri, Sri, Arya, Vishrut, Veerain, very good. Daivik, everybody seems to agree that we should have a fair game. Thank you. I like that. I like that. Fair game. Fair game. And since we are saying some things and you'll have doubts, you may not understand what is said. Like somebody said, what is the meaning of austere? Veerain asked the question, austere. Correct? You should ask like that. Because the whole purpose of this is so that I understand what you say and you understand what I say. If we don't understand each other, what is the use of being here? Correct? Good. So these are simple things, but actually they have become very important. All right. Good. So periodically I may ask you questions. Please raise your hand. And for example, Nimisha, where are you calling from? Which city and which grade you're studying? Just tell us a couple of things like that. Nimisha, unmute yourself.
My name is Nimisha. I'm studying in class 8 and I'm coming from Coimbatore.
Oh, Coimbatore. All right. That's good. My city. I live in Coimbatore. I'm in Vadavalli, Coimbatore. Okay. Where are you in Coimbatore, ma? Nimisha?
Pilamedu.
Pilamedu. Good.
Pilamedu.
Good. Got it. Got it. Nice. And so what about, say, Daivik? Where is Daivik calling from?
My name is Daivik. I study in grade 6 and I am calling from Kalaburgi, Karnataka.
Karnataka. Kalaburgi, Karnataka. Nice. Nice. So from Tamil Nadu, we gone to Karnataka.
Older than Gulbarga.
Gulbarga. Very good.
Gulbarga.
Nice. These boys are, they are teaching me something today. I used to think Gulbarga. Now there's a different name I'm here. So look at that. Right there, there is a difference. Why should we not call it Gulbarga, Daivik? Why are you calling it by a different name?
I don't know. They just, the government changed it.
The government changed it.
Maybe they, religion purposes, I guess.
So I'll tell you why the government may have changed it. Okay. There is a, you do some research, Google it. Okay. You are all good at using computers better than all of us. Now we say we are teachers, but we learn a lot from you. You guys are good at computers. Find out why. Okay. For example, we before, when did we get independence? Anybody wants to say when we got independence? What about Pavitra? When did we get independence?
1947.
1947. Then before that, what happened?
British were ruling India.
British were ruling India. Is this a place where British are supposed to be in India? British people don't have a country?
They have.
They have a country, correct. But somehow they decided they'll come here, spend some time, loot our country, and then go back, correct? Anyway, that's a big story. This big story. Why I asked you all this is, they came, they changed the name of our cities. They changed the name of our cities. For example, like, you know, the Delhi, Gilli and all, it's not an India. India itself is not an Indian name. How many of you think India is an Indian name? India is not an Indian name. What was the name we had? Yes, Sahana, Karji, Adikshit, so many people want to say. Let's say Sahana.
India was previously called as Hindustan.
It's called Hindustan. Another name it was called by. Who wants to? Adikshit wants to say.
Bharat Varsha.
Bharat Varsha. Aha, what a name it is. Bharat Varsha. Correct. Atharva. Did you have any other name in mind? Athar, Mohir.
No, sir.
Okay, so Bharat, Hindustan. So two names are there. Then where did India come from? Is India a Sanskrit word? Okay, it's not a Sanskrit word. Everybody is saying like this. I'm assuming if this means no, this means yes. Correct? Okay, I'll assume that. Makes it easy for me. I can see immediately. Good. So everybody said like this. So India is not an Indian name. Good. So that means, look at this. Look at the confused state of affairs we are in. Somebody has come and changed all the names, and who see, you're all Sahana, Nimisha, Dhriti, Arya, so many names are there. Who gave you your name? Okay, Vishrut. Who gave you your name, Vishrut Gowda?
Our parents gave us our names.
Our parents gave us our name. Correct. Did our neighbor come and give the name?
No.
Did the government come and give the name?
No.
Did the British come and give the name?
No.
Why not? British are very intelligent people, no? We should call them and ask them what should be our name.
No.
No. Should we do that or should we not do that?
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't do that. Good. Okay. So that may be one of the reasons why Gulbarga is called something else. You do Google and let me know later on. Okay. Send me an email. Send Karthik uncle a note saying this is the reason that city's name. And look up how many cities have been renamed in India. Look up. Just look up. And then you'll get an idea. And why they are renamed and all that you find. But that may be the reason. Indians may be saying, you know what? My God, this city is an old city. Long before British came, the city was there and it was called something else. It was called Bharatvarsha. It was called Prayagraj. How many of you have heard of Prayagraj? Yeah. Sri Hamsini knows. Sri Hamsini, tell us about Prayagraj. You heard about Prayagraj. That's good.
I do know that it is situated near Allahabad, Ganga Basin, somewhere near that.
Correct. Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh and was called Prayagraj. So now the government decided, you know what? It's not religion and all that. We just want to go back to our old name because this Prayagraj has such a significant meaning also. There are rivers meeting and people go, lakhs of people go there to take baths in that Ganga and get the blessings of Ganga Devi. Ganga Devi, correct? Or other rivers are also flowing there. Maybe not Ganga Devi, I don't know. Some rivers are flowing. I have to go back because it's been many years since I studied, you know. School I studied 40, 50 years ago, so I'm forgetting the geography now. You can tell me all that. Yeah, iPhone. Who is on iPhone?
Yeah, somebody raised the hand with iPhone.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Unmute yourself. I don't know your name because it says iPhone.
That's our little Dia. She is the youngest, perhaps.
Oh, little Dia.
Yeah.
Dia, go ahead and unmute yourself and say.
Unmute and answer.
Putti, unmute Martiamma.
Actually, this is my father's phone, so I don't know.
Oh.
No problem. Your name is Dia though, right?
Yeah.
Good. We can hear you very well. Thank you for unmuting. And so you're able to follow everything I'm saying, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you don't follow, just say, uncle, please speak slowly. Uncle, speak in a different language. I don't understand English. Speak in Kannada. You can say anything you want. If I can't speak in Kannada, then I'll have to tell you, no, I can't speak in Kannada. I'll speak in Sanskrit, okay? Then all of you will say, oh, no, uncle, please, no Sanskrit for us. We are better off in English. You can say all that, okay? All right. So now you can understand the problem we have. We don't even know the history of this country properly. Our country is all names are all. Those days, everybody used to study Bhagavad-Gita and all. These days, how many of you are studying Bhagavad-Gita in your schools? Please raise your hand. Okay, Sri Hamsini is raising her hand. Nobody else is raising their hand. Why? That means what? That means, Viren, what do you want to say?
Sir, I don't read that our Shloka teacher teaches us.
Okay, your Shloka teacher teaches us. Therefore, Viren understands that the Bhagavad Gita is being not taught in a school, but he wants to learn. His parents also want him to learn. Therefore, after school is over, he is going to his Shloka teacher's home and then learning Bhagavad Gita separately. Correct? All right. So, Bhagavad Gita. Those days we used to learn, now we don't learn. That is why we are having the Zoom session. Okay, to say, you know what, hey, at least 20-30 children, if they are interested, we can teach them Bhagavad-Gita, and we are very thankful that you're all here. Okay, now, how many of you are learning mathematics? Oh, everybody's learning mathematics. Okay, that's very nice. That's very nice to know. That's very nice to know. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to ask a question to Anisha Bountial. Okay, Anisha, where are you calling from? Anisha.
Yes, Guru. I'm calling from Bangalore, Karnataka.
Bangalore, Karnataka, and you are in which grade?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade. Very good. Very good. So I will ask you a question. Why are we all learning mathematics in school?
Because mathematics has the logic is used in many fields of our life.
Very good. So Anisha is saying what? We are learning mathematics because it has a lot of logic. Areva, logic. She's using a very beautiful 5-letter word called L-O-G-I-C, logic. And so it has logic. And we all should know logic, correct? We all should know logic, correct? Yes or no? Samanvi, why do you think we all should know logic?
Sir, logic, if we know logic, we can use it in our day-to-day life.
Very good. If we know logic, we can use it in our day-to-day life. So suppose we don't know logic, that means our day-to-day life will become difficult. Like what? Like, for example, suppose you and your brother and sister are all there at home, and your mother is giving you some laddus. And she gave you one laddu, she gave your brother one laddu, and then she gave, we don't know 1, 2, 3, right? Because we don't know mathematics. Then after some time you will say, what? Oh, you gave her 3 laddus, you gave me only 1 laddu. Because we don't know mathematics, we don't know how to count and all that. So you thought 3 and you got 1. So you start fighting. So if we don't know logic, we will start fighting. Suppose your mother says, go outside, get some oranges, 1 kilo of oranges. So you go there, he says 100 rupees per kilo. 100 rupees per kilo. So he's weighing. And then it is 1.5 kilos. 1.5 kilos, 100 rupees per kilo, 1.5 kilos. You give him 50 rupees. How much you gave him? 50 rupees. Correct? Daivik, is there a problem?
Yes, there is a problem.
There is a problem.
Yeah, there is. He's gonna scold you soon.
He's going to scold you. Correct. If he's a nice man, he will scold you. If he's not a nice man, he will ask you, who are you? Where are you coming from? Get out of here. You are, yeah, he may say all kinds of stuff. Correct. Very good point, Daivik. So he scold you. Why he will scold you? Because there is a simple logic which says, if 1 kilo costs 100 rupees, 1.5 kilos should cost how much, Sahana?
Sir, it should cost 150 rupees.
It should cost 150 rupees. Great. Thanks to mathematics, thanks to all the hard work we did and went to 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. So much we have studied. At least we know some basic logic. Good logic. So mathematics you learn to get some logic. And why do you have to study logic? Because some basic things we can understand. Why should you understand basic things? What is wrong? If you don't know logic, you can't lead what happens if you don't? So what? You think everybody is studying mathematics? There are so many people who don't study anything. They don't even know the word exists. Mathematics word does not exist. Vishruth Gowda is going to tell us.
If logic didn't exist, we couldn't do anything, because without logic, logic is everything.
Not logic. Logic is everything. Okay. All right. Logic, we couldn't do anything. So what if we couldn't do anything, Sahana Karji? So what? Okay, I don't do anything now. I'm going to sit and sleep like this for some time. I won't do anything.
So I think
that we need logic to explain the things that happen in our day-to-day lives. Like, for example, if any simple thing happens, we need to know why it happens or how it happens. So without logic, we may not be able to come to the conclusion that this is how something happens, and we may not be able to gain more knowledge about it.
Correct. Gain more knowledge. Okay. Why do you have to gain knowledge? Who said, is there a book that says you must gain knowledge? Somewhere there is a book that says, thou shalt gain knowledge. You must gain knowledge. Where does it say that? I don't want to gain knowledge. No, I don't want to. Arya, what do you think?
We should gain knowledge to know what is going around us, and so we will not be dependent on others for what we need.
Will not be dependent on others. Okay, now something new has come. Pranav is going to tell us why we should not be dependent on others. Suppose I say, no, I am dependent on my parents. I'll depend, my friends are all there. I'll depend on some people.
It is it is good to be on our own, and it's kind of embarrassing if you depend on others.
Very good, Pranav. I like your answer very much. It's very embarrassing to be dependent on others. Every time, the child, Amma, and then Amma will come and then Amma will give some milk or water, etc. Okay, child is dependent, but after growing up, after going to school, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, still we are going to do this? No, we are not going to do this. We are going to ask, help ourselves. But if we don't help ourselves, what Pranav said, the word is, it is good to be independent. Good means what? An independent person. Tell me what between these two. An independent person is there, highly dependent person is there. Who will be happier? Pavitra, who will be happier?
Independent.
Independent person. Does everybody agree independent person will be happier? Yes or no? Everybody agrees? Good. Everybody is agreeing. Good. Independent person will be happier. Therefore, can we say we are learning mathematics to be happier? Let me repeat it. Can we say, okay, mathematics, logic, and then how to deal with people, and then finally to be independent to be happy? Can we say we are learning mathematics finally to be happy? Vishruth says yes. Anybody? Anybody else? Okay, Arya, Adikshit, many people are saying yes. Sahana is saying yes. Okay. Even though nobody talks like this, nobody says you are studying mathematics to be happy. Nobody tells that. Your mathematics teacher also would not have said that. Children, now that you have finished addition, we are going to learn subtraction. And why? You know why we are doing all these things? In order to be happy. Teacher also doesn't say that. Correct? Only people like me say that. Correct? Isn't it the first time you are hearing something like this? Correct. Okay. Now look at this. We are learning mathematics, physics, geography, social studies, languages. Are any of you studying languages? Languages. Very good. Very good. Atharva, what languages are you studying? You have to unmute yourself. Okay, Atharva is having difficulty unmuting himself. Okay. All right, that's fine. Next time, Samanvi is going to tell us.
Sir, I'm studying Kannada and French.
Kannada and French. Kannada and French. See, how many things we are studying? My goodness. Language, at least one language is enough for us to communicate. Why 2, 3? So many. Mother tongue is also there. And English is also there. Yeah, Adikshit, go ahead.
So we need to learn more languages. Example, if we go in Tamil Nadu, we should know Tamil to communicate others. Or we can't just speak the same language.
You're right. But then again, if you go to Bombay, you have to know Maharashtra. If you go to this Bhubaneswar, you have to know Oriya, Odisha, Odissi, Oriya, and all that. And how many languages can you learn? Then your parents will say, enough. 2 languages, 3 languages, enough. Now do your homework, okay? Don't talk. Enough. That's what parents will say. Okay, fine. We'll put a full stop. So now I'm asking. Now I'll ask another question. After 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, then which grade you'll go? Meera, sorry, not Meera. What is her name? Neelima. Neelima is there. Sorry. What's her name? Veerain Kena. I think that's the name. Veerain has not answered in a while.
Sir, 6th.
Huh?
6th.
6th grade. After 6th?
7th grade.
After 7th?
8th.
8th also. Oh, I see. And after 8th?
9th.
Oh, you want to go to 9th also after that? Oh, okay. I see. I didn't know that. After 9th, anything else is there?
10th.
10th is also there. Oh, and then I have full stop after 10th, right?
No.
No.
There is 11th
After
and 12th also.
11th and 12th also. Oh, after 12th, finally you can relax, right?
No, you have to go to college.
To go to college after that. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is too much. This is too much, Veerain. College, after college, that's it over, right?
No.
No.
You have to work for money.
You have to work for earning money. Oh, earning money is there. I completely forgot, Earning money is also there. Okay. Why should you earn money? Let's ask somebody else right now. Okay. Why should we earn money? Pavitra, why should we earn money? Did anybody not answer? Did anybody not get a chance to answer?
Anisha has not. Anisha.
Okay. Anisha. Why should we earn money?
We have to earn money to make a livelihood, like to buy the necessities for life.
Like buy the necessities. All right. To buy necessities, we need to make money. Okay. Good. Sanaya. Why should we go and buy necessities? What is wrong if we don't have the necessities?
Speak.
She's too young, I think.
Sir, what did you say?
I said, suppose we don't have food to eat, suppose we don't have a house. What is wrong with that? Why should we have a house? Why should we have food to eat?
Whatever you say, it's okay. You learn in English.
We need shelter to live.
Correct. See, she's saying the right thing. We need a shelter to live. Okay, Nimisha, tell me, why do we need basic necessities?
We need basic necessities to live in a world. So we can survive by other things like food and water. It helps us to live, and a shelter. It provides us a place to stay.
And if we don't have any of those things, then Daivik, what will happen?
If we do, it is hard for us to survive. It is hard for us to survive.
And so what if it is hard for us to survive?
It may be dangerous to our health.
And so what if it is dangerous to our health?
Starvation.
Oh, we will die. Oh,
we'll die of starvation.
And is dying bad for us?
I guess.
You guess it is bad for us. Okay. Okay. Daivik thinks dying is bad for us. Okay. Is dying a problem? Pranav, is dying a problem for us?
Not really.
Not really. Dying is not a problem. Oh my God. We are getting this course is becoming very tough. Karthik Mahodaya, I think you have a very tough and very intelligent group of children. It's going to be tough. We have to prepare a lot to conduct this class. I think so. Yeah, somebody iPhone.
I'm learning from them. As I already said, I am going to learn from them.
Correct. Yeah, Dia is her name, I think, on iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to say something now. Dia. No, you don't want to say it. Okay. All right. So dying is bad for us.
Dhriti has not answered. She was raising her hand. Dhriti.
Okay, go ahead. Go. Yeah, did you say Dhriti? Okay, Dhriti was raising it. We don't see you, Dhriti. That's why,
We
sorry.
don't see her. Yeah, now we will. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dhriti, where are you calling from?
Karnataka.
Karnataka. Which grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. Okay, good. Very nice to have you. Very nice to have you. So, look at this. What did he say? Why do we need to go to college? We have to go to college because we have to earn a living. Why do you have to earn a living? Because we need to we need to have money. Why do you have to buy some basic necessities? Why do you need basic necessities? Yeah. Huh? What is wrong with not having basic necessities? Hey, our life will become difficult. So what if life becomes difficult? Can be dangerous. So what if it is dangerous? It's a threat to our life. So what if it's a threat to our life? We may die. So what? Mathematics, why did we learn? In order to be happy. And then why are you going to college? In order to do all these things, in order to lead a safe and happy life. Correct? Can we say we are studying all these things and get a job in order to have a safe and happy life? Yes or no? Okay. Everybody is saying yes. Good. Happy life. If all of us want to lead a happy life, shouldn't there be a course in our school that says how to lead a happy life? Sri Hamsini, I think there should be a course called How to Lead a Happy Life. Happiness is so important for us. Shouldn't somebody talk about happiness in school?
Sir, I do have a different point of view for this.
All right, go ahead.
Sir, earning money doesn't only mean that it is used for daily necessities. The whole world runs on economy. Everything we need is money. For each and every stuff, going from here and going to some other place for transport money, even for all our own selves, it's money because the whole world is running on economy. But if we take a different part of life where we want to leave everything and just move out, money isn't involved over there. It's just us and only us. Because there is a world that exists without money. The people are very happy. But they're educated.
Ooh, Sri Hamsini is suddenly saying some very profound things. She's saying, you know what, I have a different view. And you know, money is important, all right. Basic necessities, we need money, no doubt about that. But you know what? She's saying there are many rich people who may not be happy also. And there are some poor people who seem to be happy, who don't have as much money as us, or rich people, they seem to be happy. Correct? Sri Hamsini, can we say something like that? Yeah. So she's agreeing with me. And so that means she's saying, you know what? Suppose God comes to us. So we're all devotees of Krishna. We are studying Bhagavad-Gita. Oh, Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata. Every day in the morning we're going to chant everything, and Krishna becomes very happy. Suddenly one day, he's going to appear before Pavitra and Pranav and Samanvi and all of you and Arya and all that. And he says, hey, Bhakta, I'm so happy with you. I'm going to give you a boon. I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want whatever money you want, or do you want happiness? Okay. Once again, I'm going to ask the question, just in case, listen carefully. Krishna is going to come to you and ask you, I can give you only one thing. I can't give you both. You only tell me one thing that you want. Ask for either happiness or ask for money you want. Any amount of money. He's going to ask. Now I'm supposed to reply to that question. Vishrut Gowda is going to tell what?
Happiness is more important, as if we are happy, we'll be happy. But money is not important, as we can run out of money and we can be sad then.
Ooh, Vishrut Gowda is suddenly telling something very profound. And Adikshit and others, do you have something else to say? I think Adikshit has something to say. Correct, Adikshit? Yeah, what is that? Can we all hear that?
Money is important, but if you're not happy, you don't, whatever you buy from money, you won't be happy with that. But if you're still happy, then life will be good even if you don't have money.
Appa, Adikshit just said it exactly that I would have said. He's saying money is needed. Nobody is denying. Is anybody saying we don't need money? Does anybody say we don't need money? Anybody says that? Nobody is saying we don't need money. Why?
Sri Hamsini is raising her hand.
Huh?
Sri Hamsini is raising her hand. Maybe you want.
Sri Hamsini, go ahead.
So money doesn't buy us everything. Money doesn't buy us happiness.
I'm not saying money is buying everything. I'm saying, do you need money to buy at least the basic things? To cover our body with a piece of cloth, do you need money or not?
We can get it from the nature. Simple. What do you think the people in the previous years or the previous Homo sapiens, in those years, those people would have done?
Good. So you need trees. You need trees. Outside your home, how many trees are there? And if the trees are there, can you go and pick up stuff and then make clothes out of it?
Yeah.
You can. If you start doing that, you know who will come after you? The police will come after you and say, you can't touch these trees, man. Sri Hamsini, where are your parents? They'll ask for your parents. So those days you are correct. You are 100% correct. Those days they did it, but they needed the trees. Because they had the trees and they could make their own cloth and they could make their own huts and houses, they don't need money. But they also needed the house. They also needed food. They also needed clothes. They also needed a family. Do you need a family or no? Yes, mostly yes. Yes, we all need a family. Okay. Viren is saying yes. Sahana is saying yes. Good. We need a family. They also had a family. So they also had everything. Today, we can't simply go and then go to the climate tree and pluck the fruit orange. I want to eat an orange, so I'll go outside the home, go and then pluck the orange. No, such a thing doesn't exist. At least where I live, it doesn't exist. Maybe you're living in the middle of an orange orchard, you know. Maybe you're living in an orange forest. I don't know. If you're living, you're very lucky. You can send us some. You can say, I like Jayakumar Ji. I want to send him a bag of oranges. You can do that. I will thank you for that. Goodbye. Okay, thank you. But then all of us want the same thing. Those people also who did not have money but needed food and clothing and shelter and all that. Today also we need it. We just have different ways of getting it. Sri Hamsini, can we say that? We have a different way of getting it. Good. But then important point we learned is, yeah, Dia, her name is Dia, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, what do you want to say? Tell me.
I wanted to talk about the iPhone.
iPhone. Yes, what do you want to say about iPhone?
iPhone was made in the company named Apple.
Oh, iPhone was made by a company called Apple. And she's saying, just because we are talking about oranges and apples, don't confuse this apple that you're going to eat after dinner with that apple which made the iPhone. That is what she's saying. Correct, Dia? Don't take your iPhone app. No, you can't do that. Don't do that with this iPhone. That's what she's saying. Correct. Dia, I appreciate. Thanks for the reminder because I may be confused. And so, good. Therefore, now what did we finally, what is our conclusion? Our conclusion is money is needed, family is needed, so many things are needed in life, but finally we want to be happy. Everything we do is for what sake? For whose sake? Pavitra, for whose sake?
Our sake.
Our sake. Everything we do is for our sake. Our sake means what, Samanvi? Everything we do for our sake. Our sake means what?
Sir, our sake means that we do everything so that we can get satisfied.
Correct. Our sake means whatever we do We want to be happy as a result of what we do. That is why if you don't like something, then you don't do it. That is why if you say, I don't like mosquitoes biting me, then what do? You put all the this what do you call that, Netlon mosquito nets on the windows. Why? Because I don't like mosquitoes. I want to sleep without being bitten by mosquitoes. Correct?
Yes.
Correct. So whatever I don't like, I keep them away. Whatever I like, I bring them. Finally, what? I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Unfortunately, there is no course in any school or college which says, attend this course, so I will teach you how to be happy. Correct? We are learning mathematics, we are learning Kannada, we are learning Hindi, we are learning Sanskrit, we are learning English, we are learning the social studies, so many other subjects we are learning, but nowhere there is a subject called Arya.
How can you attain happiness in life?
How can you attain happiness? Even though we agreed that happiness is the most important thing, we said money is needed, but money need not make me happy. Money is needed to buy the food, but whether I become happy or not, only God knows. Therefore, this course Karthik uncle is going to teach, that you all registered for, is what? It is not mathematics, it is not social studies, it is not any of the subjects you are used to, it is not even a language, even though there is a language called Sanskrit in it. Because a text has to be in some language, that some language is Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is a beautiful language. We'll talk about it another time. Uncle will tell you about that. And this is a book that tells us how to be happy. How to be happy. That is why this book is very important for us. For Indians, at least, it's very important. Very, 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 very important. Correct? Atharva, how important is this book?
Sir, it is very, very, very important.
Very, very, very important. Correct. Exactly. It's very important. And we learn slowly. Slowly we are learning. We are all small. We are all beginning. So we don't know clearly how it is important, but slowly we will learn. That is why even great people like Mahatma Gandhi. How many of you have heard of Mahatma Gandhi? Okay, good. Everybody has heard of Mahatma Gandhi. Good. You know what Mahatma Gandhi did? He was studying the Bhagavad-Gita. Every day he used to study Bhagavad-Gita. We don't know what subjects he studied. He was a lawyer. He studied law in England. Okay, in Britain he studied law. He became a lawyer. And he came back to India. Was he a lawyer in India? No. He was not a lawyer. Imagine studying to become a lawyer and then not doing law. Not doing the job. And if you're a lawyer, you can earn a lot of what?
Money.
Money, correct. Lot of money. He gave up all of that. And what did this fool do? Mahatma Gandhi, he said, I'm going to fight for freedom for India. Thank God he decided to do that. Why thank God? Because if he did not do that, you think we'll be having this joint Zoom session today? I don't think so. We could have been doing, we will end up doing a lot of other things. We are speaking freely today. We are having fun today because of people like Mahatma Gandhi, who studied Bhagavad-Gita, and the Bhagavad-Gita gave him the strength to lead the entire country. And these British people were strong people. They were few, but they had bullets and guns they had. We never had any guns. That's why he said non-violence. We will defeat you by being truthful, by protesting, by going on the streets, by not buying the salt you are selling us. You are taking away our livelihood. We will not buy your products. Like that, he became a huge force. He and many people like him. Okay, many people like him. Correct? Many people like him. Yes or no? Daivik, like him, how many people do you know? One person. Tell me one more person like him.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Subhash Chandra Bose. Very good. Vishnu Gowda. Vishnu Gowda is going to tell us another name.
Raja Ram Mohan Roy.
Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Pavitra is going to tell us another name. Any name. Kannadiga, fine. Tamilian, fine.
Sir, then Vishweshwaraya.
Vishweshwaraya, look at that. Like this, if we keep on talking, the whole day will be over, right? Because so many names will come, will keep on coming. How many people sacrifice their lives for the country? They could have been great engineers, great scientists, great lawyers. No, they said we need to do this. Therefore, this Bhagavad-Gita, one of the things it teaches us is, in order to be happy, you have to follow Dharma. Number one, you have to follow what? Dharma. Dharma is a new word. What is Dharma? I'm trying to think what Dharma is. How many of you can tell me what Dharma is? Okay, Adikshit is going to tell us what Dharma is, correct? Who is going to tell us? Veerain also is going to tell us what Dharma is. Because
Sir, I raised a hand to tell like Savarkar and all.
Savarkar, Veer Savarkar. Look at the man, what all he did. He swam the oceans. He was caught by the French and he went from England to France to Germany to Russia and then finally ended up in Japan and finally from the eastern part of India he came. And so much he has done. What an inspiring thing it is. My God. Yeah. Thank you for bringing his name up, Adikshit. Appreciate that. And so, therefore, Bhagavad-Gita, right? We are coming back to Bhagavad-Gita. All great people have studied Bhagavad-Gita. They were all inspired. It doesn't matter whether we are a nutritionist or a doctor or an engineer or a psychiatrist or an architect or an electrician or a plumber, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you have to do. All that is meant for a doctor, medicine and all is meant for what? Daivik, it is meant for what?
Meant to be, it is meant for being safe and happy.
Meant to make a living. But even the doctor needs to study Bhagavad-Gita because the doctor, even though making a lot of money, need not be happy. Correct? Need not be happy. We pray that every doctor is happy. But if you ask around, you will find that they also need some help. All of us need help. And so we are trying to get that help from Bhagavad-Gita. So I think we had a long day already. And so my point is this. This course that nobody is teaching in schools and colleges called How to Be Happy is the course that Karthik Nagendra uncle is going to teach you today. And Pooja madam also has started off this class today. And so I want all of you to understand why we are here. Now, can you say why we are here in this class? Most of you can say, yes, I understand now why we are going to study Bhagavad-Gita. Yes, Adikshit says yes, Daivik is saying yes, Atharv is saying yes, Pranam also is saying yes, and Vishrut, Nimisha, everybody is saying yes, Veerain is saying yes, Pavitra is saying yes, Anisha is saying yes. Very good, very good. Sahana also saying. Okay, so that's why we are here today. I thank you all for joining, and I know your eyes are hurting, you're trying to see all these things, but then I hope we are trying to do the best with what we have. Anytime you have a problem, you should tell Karthik uncle, we are not able to hear you properly, or you're speaking too fast. You can slow down, uncle. Can you slow down a little bit? Can you tell me the meaning of the word you used? Like somebody said today, can you tell me the meaning of the word austere? Now, Karthik uncle has studied a lot, so he knows a lot of words, more than all of us he knows. Therefore, he ended up using the word austere, but he forgot that you all did not know the meaning of the word austere. So you can tell him, uncle, wait a minute, please hold on. Your class is very interesting, but I did not understand the word austere. Correct? You should say that. If you say that, then the class will be more interesting, because if you did not understand, then somebody else also could not have understood it. Correct? Therefore, let it be interactive, and I want you all to enjoy this class, and you'll of course learn to memorize the shlokas. We all also have memorized, and some shlokas I memorized after a long time, not as a child like you. You are all lucky, but I memorized shlokas after, after I finished college and went to work and all that. Okay? Because suddenly somebody said Bhagavad-Gita, and then I said, what Bhagavad-Gita? Then when I started listening to it, then I said, wow, this is interesting. Very important. Initially interesting, later on very important it became. So thank you all very much. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Otherwise, we will turn it over to Karthik uncle. Okay?
So Mahodaya, Can we do just one thing? We'll take the first Dhyana Shloka. Perhaps you can initiate that, please.
Okay, Dhyana Shloka. All right.
I will just put it up on the screen. I'll share the screen.
Yeah, no, don't share the screen. No.
Okay.
Just Shravanam
Shravanam Karishyamani. Ask us.
And all you do is let's unmute one person. Let's say somebody can be unmuted. Adikshit can be unmuted, and all of you can repeat after me. Okay. Adikshit, you can unmute yourself, and everybody is repeating after me. Okay. There is in Bhagavad-Gita, there is something called Dhyana Shloka. Means what? Like in Vishnu Sahasranamam, there is Dhyana Shloka. Dhyana Shloka means first we visualize Sri Krishna, Arjuna, the war, and then Veda Vyasa, who wrote this Bhagavad-Gita, Mahabharata, all that visualize. And then those visualizations are given in this Dhyana Shloka. Dhyana means what? In this case, Dhyana means meditating on these people, great people. And then we will study the Bhagavad-Gita. That's the idea. So that Dhyana Shloka, one Shloka, we will just chant once today. Okay? All of you are there. Adikshit is unmuted. All of you, please repeat after me. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam.
Bhagavata.
Bhagavatam.
Narayanena Swayam.
Narayana Swayam.
Vyasena.
Vyasena.
Grathitam.
Gratitam.
Purana Munina.
Purana Munina.
Madhye Mahabharatam.
Madhye Mahabharatam.
Advaitamrita.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Good, very good. I like that. If you don't hear something properly, you can always say, can you please repeat? Advaitamrita.
Advaitramruda.
Varshinim.
Varshinim.
Bhagavatim.
Bhagavati.
Ashtadasha.
Ashtagasha.
Ashtadasha.
Ashtadasha.
In Sanskrit, dasha means das as in Hindi, which means 10. Okay. And then ashta. Guess what ashta means, Advik? Adikshit. Ashta. Ashta means 8. 8. The word 8 comes from ashta. Ashta, 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 8. It has become 8. In German also, it's called something similar. Acht. I think they call it acht. Okay. So, ashtadasha. 8 plus 10. How many chapters are there in the Bhagavad-Gita? 18 chapters. 18 is called ashtadasha in Sanskrit. Okay. Ashtadasha.
Ashtadasha.
Adhyayini.
Adhyayani.
Adhyaya means chapter. Okay. So this shloka is describing there are 18 chapters, etc. It was, let's finish this. Adhyayini. Ambatvam.
Ambatvam.
Anusandadhami.
Anusam.
Anu. Sandadhami.
Sandadhami.
Bhagavad-Gita.
Bhagavad-Gita.
Bhavadveshinim.
Bhavadveshinim.
Very good. Very good. So this is the first Dhyana Shloka. So like this, you will learn and you will learn a lot more. And so please come to class and relax, relax. You don't need to do something special. You just have to relax. The only special thing you have to do in this class is what? Relax. Relax. And listen, make sure you're audible. Everything is audible. You tell Karthik uncle. If he's not audible, you tell him right away. I'm not able to hear properly. Because 1 hour is an important time for me. And I need to hear everything you say. Okay? Like that you should say. Okay? Good. So thanks, Karthik Mahodaya. Back to you.
Dhanyawada Arya. Bahudhanyawadaha. I hope it was a very interesting session. Everybody who did not like it, please raise your hand who did not like it. Nobody will. Okay, now who all liked it? Please raise your hand.
Yeah, I think Karthik, you should spotlight yourself and take me off. Yeah, something like that.
I'll just add myself to spotlight also. Okay. With this, for today's session, I have a couple of other things to put in here. We will be following some things. Probably I'll put it out on the group as well. A lot of parents are not around. I thought I'll interact a little with parents also, but that is okay. There'll be 2 books which I would sort of recommend. If you are going to be a short-term learner, just be here for 2 months and move on, try to get this book. It's a very simple Ramakrishna Ashrama book. Okay, in a language that you are comfortable in. It need not be in Devanagari or it need not be it is definitely not there in English. Any language you are comfortable. Try to get this small book. This is the bare minimum that I will request of you to get. If you think you are going to learn a little more, if you think you really like this, and it's a very good thing that you all want to learn, you can take this book. I'll put this out, both the books I'll showcase in the group and show it. This is from Vyoma Labs. They have done a very good job. This is, of course, given the kind of work, given the kind of things that are there in this book, it is a little costlier. Okay. So what I will do, I'll put it out in the group and I'll ask people to get that. That is one thing. Second thing, as we just heard Jayakumar Ji say, there are 18 chapters in this book. 18 chapters, and then not just 18 chapters, each chapter has so many shlokas. Totally, there are 700 shlokas. Okay, 700 shlokas, learning in 2 months when it's a summer holidays. We just want to be happy in summer holidays, then don't want to be happy outside. It will be a little difficult. So, for what we will do, we will start off with something simple. We will start off with some things where there are very small number of shlokas. There are some chapters. There is a reason why there are 18 chapters. They are very beautifully put out and very concisely. Krishna has taught us a lot of things, how to be happy and what are the certain things that will make us happy. We will start with some 2 small chapters. Look at it. We will see how you are enjoying or how I am going to, the kind of feedback that you are going to give me will motivate me more to talk. And it will also tell me how much I should talk or what I can learn from you. Okay. So what we will do, we will start from there. Once we get some feedback, then we will see if you are all interested. I don't mind doing this for the entire year. Okay, where we can learn all the 700 shlokas. That will be the long game and we will all do that. But for now, we'll start something small. Okay. Is that a good thing to do? Short spurts of happiness first. Then we will get into longer term happiness. Everybody with me on this? Any questions? Please raise your hand. Please ask. Please unmute and ask. Yes. Sri Hamsini has a question. Please ask.
So the short-term class, how many months is it?
Okay. So for now, we have planned for 2 months. But as I said, if you are willing to commit for a longer period, you can continue to be there. So that is during your summer holidays is what we have planned for. That will be about till the end of May or so. Okay.
Okay, like, is there an option of, like, if I can't attend the class, is there an option where I can see the recording or something like that?
Yes. We are putting it on YouTube. This will all be recorded and be on YouTube. But, you know, the thing with YouTube is a challenge. Suppose you don't follow something. Suppose you don't get that meaning. You have to revert back. You have to practice. You have to come back and ask. And every time I say I'm going to look at, I'm also learning Sanskrit. I'm also doing a lot of learning. And every time I miss a class, I have that challenge always. When I say I want to get back, I will see the YouTube video. You know, once that time is gone, the time is gone. We never get back that time. Correct? So we'll always postpone. And once we postpone, time and tide Wait for none. It is gone. So once
the next class will happen. Another video will be there on YouTube. The third class will happen. Third video will be going on to. 3 videos is more difficult to see than 1 video.
Then we are lost.
If 1 video itself is difficult. 3 videos will be very difficult.
Okay. So the suggestion is, yes, if you have any challenges with time, in the sense that you are committed to something else, you are going somewhere else, please ping me and let me know. And if a lot of people ping and say that there needs to be some changes with time and we need to do something, after all, it's all for all of us. It's not just for me or it's not just for you. All of us are in this together. So we will see how to accommodate at time, or we'll see what to do and how to do it. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, so Karthik Mahodaya, Viren Kenam says, I have Bhagavad-Gita in my home.
Okay. Oh, I have Bhagavad-Gita in my home. Okay. Just let me know. You can just show me, send me the picture of that and I will tell you whether you need to buy one more or is that okay. Okay. The reason I suggest Ramakrishna Ashrama is simply because there are no mistakes in it and we can take it for, make sure that we are not learning anything that is outside of that what is there in that book. They have foolproof edited the book. That is the only thing. Okay. So of course there are many more available. There are Gita presses there. Then somebody else, NR Colony in Bangalore has printed one. Then there is Chinmaya Mission has printed many. So there are many books. So please send me a photo of that book. I'll take a look and I'll let you know about how to. Yes, Adikshit also says he has Bhagavad-Gita. Please, all of you, share with me the photo of the book that you have. That is good enough. I'll tell you whether to invest more, not to invest more. I'll tell you everything. Is that okay? Okay. Any other questions? Ask.
Mahodaya, these boys and girls have spent almost 1.5 hours on a Friday evening.
Friday evening and very, very enthusiastically. We should thank them for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Astu Mahodaya. Shanti Mantrena Samapayamaha. Bhavan eva Krupya Karotu iti Prarthayate.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha.